Hello and welcome back to How to Improvise in Music. Last time we looked about how to practice chords. And chords, of course, you need to memorize because I told you before, you don't have time to think about what a chord looks like or how to play it while you're improvising. Chords should be like the base material in your skill set. Last time we looked at playing arpeggios, so break up the chord. And we also showed you a way how to play along with songs that you know using a lead sheet of the song. And a lead sheet, to remind you, is a bit of sheet music with only the words and the chords in it. And sometimes there's a melody, but sometimes there's no melody. So a lead sheet is like a synopsis of the music, harmonically, melodically, and in the words. I have a tip for you. Once again, I told you before, study with a metronome. Keep time. Because if you get used to keeping time, when you're playing in a band, the concept of keeping time and being in sync with others is not new. So study slow, with a slow tempo, perform fast if the music requires it. This will really improve your muscle memory and your chord knowledge if you just keep time. Okay, we're continuing with how to study chords. These are more, the things I will tell you now are more advanced approaches to studying chords. The first thing goes way back. We talked about the 5-to-1 progression. This is 5 in C major scale. This is 1 in a C major scale. So the 5th degree resolves into the 1st degree. We call this a 5-to-1 motion. Also a dominant to tonic motion, because a dominant chord really wants to resolve into a tonic. The 1st degree. We can use this 5-to-1 way of thinking into having a different approach to studying chords. I will show you one way to do it. Of course, there's many ways, but this is one. Let's jump every time a perfect fourth. So this is the C chord. Now we're going to jump up a fourth, which is a 5-1 idea. We're going to jump up, but we're going to keep the chord as is. So the C chord goes to F major. And we're going to do it again. F major goes to B flat major. And the B flat major, we do it again, goes to E flat major. Of course, you can continue this to A flat major. When you keep jumping in chords, eventually you will have all the notes in the scale. I played this very particular way of C major with the 3rd in the top note. I can of course also use another inversion. C major. And this just won't end because if you keep jumping in fourths, over time, when you've had 12 chords, you will be back at C major. So you can do this for all major triads in all inversions. You can also do it for all minor triads and all inversions of minor triads. You can of course do this in all major 7th chords and all minor 7th chords, etc., etc. The funny thing is that once you master this, you stick to one position. Once you master this, you can combine the exercises by introducing voice leading. C major chord goes to F major. But if I don't want to have a big jump in my voices, I'm going to introduce voice leading. This chord will resolve to F major. Then F major will resolve to B flat major. Then B flat major will resolve to E flat major. E flat major will resolve to A flat major. You notice this sounds a lot more agreeable because we introduced voice leading, which means you have to have your chords ready. Once again, you have to have your chords ready. Of course, if you're going to do this with seventh chords, the whole thing becomes more complex because you have 4 voice chords. Okay, a bit of theory. We talked about the 5-to-1, dominant to tonic. There is one more stepping stone towards the dominant, which is also a 4th jump. So we get D minor, sorry, to dominant to tonic. This 2, which is the 2nd degree, is called a subdominant because it's a chord that leads to the dominant. So what we see a lot in classical music, mostly in jazz music, we see the 2-5-1 progression. The 2 to 5 to 1 is the classical subdominant to tonic, which is stepping stone to the dominant chord, and the resolution to the tonic, the 1st degree of the scale. Now, I have this example to show you how to study 7th chords in this 2-5-1 motion. This might be a bit complex, but I will just start and I'll talk you through it. Okay, for instance, we have 2-5-1 in C major. That's a D minor chord to a G7 chord to C major 7. Let me put these chords in this way. D minor 7. You see, I eliminated the bass from my right hand because I only have 3 notes to play in my right hand, which makes it easier, and I don't want any doubles. This is a very good way of studying 2-5-1s. This is the 2. Now I go to the 5. And you see the top 2 notes just stay in place. The fun thing is we now introduce the 9, which is the A in the top note. The 9 is the 9 in the G chord is of course the note A. So we play again 2 to 5 and we resolve to 1. If you are very attentive, you might have noticed that we omit the 5th note on the 5th chord. 2. I don't play a 5th on the G7th chord. This is good practice actually, because usually on a 7th chord we omit the 5th. You hear that this is a sort of voice leading that really tightens the chord. It really gives a good sound. But of course now we've only handled 2-5-1 in C major. The trick to this exercise, and it's really a mental exercise, is to continue throughout all keys. So once again, 2 to 5 to 1. And now we're going to pretend that this final chord is the 2 of the next progression. So instead of playing C major 7, we're going to play C minor 7. Aha. 2, 5, 1. And we have dropped a whole note. So our new 1 is B flat major. Once again, 2, 5, 1. You see, we've dropped from 2, 5, 1 in C major to 2, 5, 1 in B flat major. And of course we can continue. The B flat is going to be the new 2. Now we're in A flat major. The A flat major, the new 1, is going to be the new 2. Now we're in G flat major. So we are going one note lower, a whole note lower every time we do this exercise. Sorry, my mistake. C major, B flat major, A flat major, G flat major, and of course you can continue. Now we miss out on the half steps in between. We don't hit B major, we don't hit A major, we don't hit G major. So you have to do this exercise also a half step up or a half step down. So instead of G major, sorry, D minor, we go to E flat minor, E flat minor, A flat 7, D major 7, D flat major 7, D flat minor 7, G flat 7, B major 7. This is a lot to take in, I know. Take your time. If you can, if you master one of these exercises to such an extent that you think you can play in time, introduce the metronome. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so and so and so on. I think that's enough for now. Try to play every day. I'm going to put this video online, and I put some descriptive text with the video. I hope you tag along, play every day, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye bye.